Hey, this is Henry Rotten.
Hey, this is Marcus Interfonte.
It's Brad fucking Rush.
This is Big Sexy Venom here.
This is Kill OK.
This is Killjoy.
Hi, it's Tim Lee.
Mike Damage.
This is Doc Holliday.
Yo, it's Barack Obama.
I'm Sam Jude.
This is Marty Electric. I hate wrestling, and you're listening to the GBYWN podcast.
Yes.
You said I could say I hate wrestling.
Yeah, I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation podcast. As always, I am your host, Rad Hzazard, here with your updates on what's happening in the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation, as well as a very special interview with which I will announce in just a moment. But first, folks, before we get to all of that insanity, I have had two very hardcore weekends at two very huge events in the GBYWN Alliance, starting with August 15th. It was 203 BYW Wrestlennium VIII, and I walked in to challenge none other than the GBYWN United States Champion Primetime. Now keep in mind, I am undefeated at Wrestlennium, and I am undefeated in every appearance I've ever had in 203 BYW. So this match started hot and heavy as a street fight that saw multiple tables break, multiple chairs cracking over skulls, a steel spike, using the boat, using the barrels, using everything, a steel chain. All of it. That left us both with crimson masks. By far the bloodiest match I have ever been a part of. And at the end of the day, Primetime put me in that guillotine for what definitely was countless times. And this time, hooking my arm, holding me to the ground, I had no choice but to submit to the United States Champion, the first man to ever cleanly beat me in a U.S. title defense. And remember, that's a title that I myself vacated and gave to Chris Urban. I guess you'd say I relinquished it to Chris Urban back in 2011. I never lost the title, but Primetime now getting a one-up on me to prove that he is the man in the United States. Not only that, folks, in the main event of the evening, unbelievable, Joe Randa. Yes, that Joe Randa, former three-time GBYWN World Champion. That's a record. He challenged the 203 BYW Champion Benjamin Wright back for that promotion's top prize in Connecticut. Perhaps the most prestigious title in Connecticut. That can be argued now that BWE is there. But still, Joe Randa, successful in defeating BRB after BRB was demolished, after he fell off a barrel and landed nearly on his head, after he was beaten down, after Joe Randa did what a world champion can and will do. And he was able to capture that 203 BYW championship. So the surprise of the entire crowd. But then walked out number one contender, Ryan Rage, who challenged Joe Randa for that title. People were looking for a savior, a man who would defend 203 BYW against this Kentucky native. Only for one finger poke of doom and one pinfall later, and Joe Randa handed over the 203 BYW championship to Ryan Rage. EWA now controls the 203 BYW championship, just like 203 BYW and Daniel Devine control the EWA heavyweight championship. The interpromotional war continues and makes a huge turn, a big twist, as each promotion now holds the other's top prize. Not only that, folks, but the very next day, they had 3BW Bank on it. A special Sunday show on August 16th. Definitely check out footage for that. It is coming out very soon. But let's talk about another show I was at. August 22nd. 1 week later. Yet 4 years in the making, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time, and very likely the last time, yours truly, Rad Hzazard, competed in a bona fide death match. One-on-one with none other than maybe the top death matcher in BXW and GBYWN right now. He's right there with Mike Damage when you think about it. He's had his run of the mill with these type of hardcore, extreme, ultra-violent matches. We're talking about the child of the ghetto, Chris Urban. The man who not only lost, but won the GBYWN United States Championship in a match this brutal. A death match. I took him on one-on-one with the prize being the future of BXW. If he won, he could decide when BXW ends once and for all. It's his yard, it's his house. But if I won, BXW would end at goodbye, and no more backyard wrestling would be held in that yard at his house. And he would be able to go home and see his family, and be a father, and be a husband, and no longer a backyard wrestler. What would happen, folks? Who's really right? Whose side are you on? Well, as the match progressed, we saw everything. 2 dives off of a roof. We saw 2 spots into a table. We saw chairs. We saw tables. We saw spots into ladders. We saw Hurricane Ranas onto the cement. Kicks to the skull. We saw Dragon's Gates with barbed wire. Rad makers, barbed wire. Swerves with barbed wire. We saw Rad Hzazard doing the Bushido Code. We saw Chris Urban doing the Biohazard. We saw it all. And at the end of the match, when Chris Urban would not go down after steel chair shot after steel chair shot after steel chair shot, Chris Urban would not go down. It was Pamela Urban who walked up to him and told him, "It's over. It's time to let it go." As much as Chris Urban fought, he realized it was time. That his own family is asking for him to let it go. So he stood up, put his arms out, and said, "Just do it." And Rad Hzazard delivered. He did it. One Biohazard onto the concrete, his head slamming into that hard ground. A sickening thud that the entire crowd reacted to. And a 3 count that left the crowd silent. But that crowd would erupt once again with an applause for Chris Urban when he finally stood up and accepted what had happened. But ladies and gentlemen, BXW Daegu, North Korea 7, I believe it is. This show had two title changes. As James Connolly, stepping out of the shadows of Nova 6, a group he's been in for quite a long time, he broke away and finally got his revenge on Hybrid by capturing the BXW Inner City Championship. His second title in the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation. And in your main event of the evening, Chris Moolah. That's right, folks. The Chris Moolah defeated Mike Damage to become the new BXW champion. And right here at the tail end of BXW's history, we see the new faces of the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation shine through at BXW, at the mothership. Chris Moolah and James Connolly on top of BXW. And the very next day, day 2 of the event, we had Hybrid defeat Chris Urban with a little assistance, a little accidental assistance from Mike Damage and a lariat that accidentally hit Chris Urban. Not to mention Chris Moolah defending that BXW title against James Connolly successfully. The man with all the money now has all the gold in BXW. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are keeping up with BXW as we head into the sunset. These last few shows in Allentown, Pennsylvania, as well as all the exciting action of 203 versus EWA. The interpromotional war will continue on in the coming months. But speaking of Wrestlennium, I mentioned the former 3-time Global Backyard Wrestling Nation World Champion, and that is the man that I interviewed for these next editions of the GBYWN podcast. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, the leader of Kentucky, the former 3-time world title holder, a man that wrestled in CWA, in E1. This guy wrestled all over the Northeast and Midwest, defending that championship gold wherever he went. Now he is here for you, with us, on the podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, this is Joe Randa.
But I put Shalong.
Come on, Rad. Do it.
Alright.
Swallow your food.
Rad, can the camera hear you from right there?
Yes, it can.
Okay.
It can hear all of us.
Alright, throw out your sponsors.
I don't have any sponsors.
Really?
No.
Strong stuff.
GBYWN?
Nope.
You run that, don't you?
I run everything.
Rad's got his fingers in all the bowls.
Oh, but, okay,
That's right.
let's say the sponsors
All
are
the
Henry's
fingers, all the
shirt,
pies.
Henry's shirt, Andrew's shirt, Murph's shirt. Chavon.
Alright, alright.
You got Sam though.
supports this pretty bad.
Huh?
Apparently Batman's got a lot of...
Batman's
Batman
sponsoring.
Beyond, the Jimmy Fund Walk, and the Chive. That's the sponsors.
Tear to get
I got a plain shirt. I got a Hanes shirt on, so Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. You got that,
Yeah, Henry knows
you got that
what's up.
Space Jam on him.
This is a good intro to the podcast, so he's got to stop it and do it over again.
No.
He's gonna keep
I'm
this in.
leveling it for
Murph,
audio.
you put that on a... I mean, I keep calling you Murph.
You do,
Murph's
man.
It's because Murph's foot's right next to me.
That's what.
Whenever I see Murph's foot, I can't.
You gotta have Randa where he was born.
He's just looking at me.
You guys don't have the TV on?
No, we're podcasting.
We're doing a podcast.
Am I interrupting?
No,
No.
No, we haven't even,
Oh, ask me a question.
we haven't even started yet.
That's
Yeah, we
we
haven't
kind of
just
have.
started.
So ask him a question. Ask him a
Randa's getting
question.
interviewed.
Jimbo, question. For today's, what's today's date? The fifth-
August 15th.
Today's, I gotta make sure because I don't know when you're putting up. So August 15th. Today was Wrestlennium VIII. What was your favorite?
The Ocho.
That's
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god,
Wrestlennium
what's up
the
at the name of the
Ocho.
show?
Wrestlennium the Ocho. I like that.
Wrestlennium
Jimbo,
the
you're a
Ocho.
creative man. I love you.
You just stole that
I'm
from
not
Dodgeball.
that creative. I just speak a little Spanish.
Do you?
Stole it from Dodgeball.
So what was the
All right.
question?
So here's the question. What was your favorite moment of the day? Ooh, that's a toughie, isn't it?
Right, you're gonna put this in the ring.
Oh, this is the one. By the way, this is Crazy Pete right now.
Yeah, Crazy
Crazy
Pete's
Pete.
talking right
By
now.
the way, who didn't know?
Viewers.
You never know. You never
For
know.
hundreds and hundreds of listeners.
Are they taping me?
Yep.
What's audio?
What up, viewers? Well, how can they be viewers if it's audio?
It's like the radio when you called in.
They're listeners.
It's like when you called in the boomer. It's like when you called in the boomer.
That's the one question you asked me? What was my moment of the day?
What was your favorite moment of the day? Not your moment. What
It's
was your
El
favorite
Presidente
moment of the
of
entire
203.
day?
Well, to be selfish, I enjoy wrestling, and I haven't done it in fucking 8 months since I fucking separated my shoulder. And getting fucking ready and looking in the mirror, I thought I looked pretty good. It was kind of my favorite moment.
That's damn.
Don't get me wrong, there was better spots than that, but...
Yeah.
That boy.
Anybody else want to throw a question right now?
Throw him a question, guys.
I got another question I can ask.
Go
Well, ask me another question. That question
Let's
sucks.
talk about last night. Let's talk about last
Oh, you don't want to talk about those things. Who's
Yeah.
listening?
The Murph is risen.
night. Yeah, I'm listening. That's all.
Who's
that matters.
listening?
That's all that matters. I'm listening.
Are you in there?
Is there anybody?
Jimbo.
What are you going to ask me about last night, JoJo boy?
Let's start off with last night. How fun was last night?
I like that question. It was mediocre.
Oh.
No, it was great. We could have followed it up tonight, but we're doing a podcast.
But we're supposed to be interviewing Joe Randa, and it's about Jim's in the hut.
And now crazy time.
Why not? Why not? Though?
Crazy
Joanna.
time is in the house.
Oh, he's here. We can't do this together.
What in the world is going on? Joe, say
Wait,
something.
why?
Right, you and I have two podcasts.
Why haven't you ever just done like a bunch of guys and put it up as like
Andy,
the
you're not
round-
doing
round
the interview
table.
here.
Well, we
It's up to
did
Joe.
that for
Jim,
Christmas
you can't,
Eve. We had a
you
Christmas
can't
Eve
interrupt
episode.
everybody in
That
the
was like
interview
that, yeah.
here, pal.
Andy's not
Murph
doing the
was there
interview.
for that.
No, he's asking.
So-
New special. We just asked each other questions, went around.
This would be a dangerous
Yeah.
fucking round table.
All right, I got a little question. Why do you look heel in your last death match, Henry? How many interferences can one man have being a good guy?
Well,
I watched
not
the
my
whole thing.
fault.
I always tell you.
Is the answer?
2, 3 times. No, wait, we got RJ Nails,
Oh, Marky.
Marky,
Nails.
and who else?
I don't think that's
Nails got
Nails
nails
got
confused with Aaron.
No, whoever else. pulled you out of the
Jesus
pool.
ran in. I seen it.
Oh, is Kid Rock?
Can't hate Nate.
No. That,
Even when he turns heel.
You already doesn't
all is
show up.
forgiven if Kid Rock was in your corner.
Alright, I should probably say who's in the room right now.
Go,
Yeah.
Chad. You're the man.
How do
Obviously,
these people keep forgetting who's in the room?
Because we haven't introduced
we
anybody.
literally haven't said anything
Doesn't
yet.
use
You
the
just
fucking-
walked in right at the
doesn't
beginning.
use
Jimbo, literally
Use the
when you
audio.
walked in.
You guys are literally
just-
taping this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
thought we were
you,
joking around.
There's a camera there. you
Rad Hzazard,
fucking
take it
idiot.
away. Take it away,
Alright,
Rad.
host
Jim, you better go back outside.
Oh.
This ain't gonna work.
Joe Randa's leaving.
I'm not
Okay.
I'm just grabbing a beer.
Alright.
Joe left
Anyway,
in a
guys.
huff.
I'm gonna be as bad as Ric Flair at a round
That's right.
table.
Anyway, guys, welcome to the GBYWN podcast. I am your host, as always, Rad Hzazard. Yes.
that was loud as fuck.
The acoustics in this place, my lord.
Skip.
We are currently in the home of Crazy Time.
We're in Primetime's home.
Oh!
Prime real estate.
He lives here. I just bang girls here sometimes.
There you go.
Woof.
We are here for 203 BYW Wrestlennium VIII, which just happened.
The Ocho.
The Ocho.
Oh, why did we not think of that right now?
That's the name of the video. We're good. Go on.
Because we don't speak the Spanish, man.
Well put, Jim.
Those who are in the room at the moment, we have Andrew Wright, say hello.
Hello?
We have Henry Rotten, say hello.
Hello.
We have Crazy Pete.
Howdy.
Prime Time.
Hello.
A guy we're not going to name.
Hello.
Hola.
It's the Mystery Murph Man.
And
Who could it
The mystery man.
You might as well.
he's leaving. He's leaving.
We're in the ring. We're in the room with Pete Von.
Let's face it, Murph might as well be a cuss word. There's a million people with that last name.
Murph, you left us spit something. There's a garbage can right there.
And the man of the hour, the man we will be talking about today, he is a former 3-time GBYWN World Champion and a former 203 BYW Champion. Just today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was us.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was
I
gonna say,
don't
who
look
the fuck
anymore.
made that
I
decision?
don't look anymore.
Sorry, this video will come out before this
place has gone
podcast.
downhill recently.
This is Joe Randa.
Golly.
Yeah, read them and dick weeps.
Yeah.
Coming at you.
Yes,
Oh, listen to Joe on the radio.
My boys, Crazy Pete.
Woo-wee.
Crazy Pete.
Dude,
And
this is gonna be
Prime Time.
This is gonna be your second big radio thing here.
Oh, you want to explain that?
Am I on the radio here?
Oh god.
Hey, Boomer Carton. How you doing?
No, we don't want you to redo it. We want you to explain it.
No, it's just being funny.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's literally the greatest 11 minutes of anybody's life, is what it is, alright?
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do listen to it and I still crack up.
Half of this is going to be
You're
crazy
so
time
dark.
bickering between each other, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, why did you come in, dude? We were doing
Right.
good till you came in.
Because I was hoodwinked into going outside and being devoured.
All right, you know what? We're live on the radio. You know what? One thing I want to say was he would be nothing if he didn't tag up with me.
Yeah, what am I talking about, man?
I put the,
Joe
cra-
Randa podcast.
No, I
the
like
crazy
this.
and crazy time.
You put the time in crazy
Yeah,
time.
what the fuck?
Guess what? We're watching. We can all tell time. Come on.
Time's up.
Little prime time couldn't even make a fringe.
Fuck.
He's getting worked. I'm over here yelling, "Buddy!" People are like, "Oh, these guys are cool. Their matches suck, but that guy in the corner, he's fucking gangster." And every once in a while, he turns around and hits people right in their face with his ass. Hey,
Hey now. Hey.
kiss the keister. That's all I say.
Love it.
You never once said that.
Well, yeah, you know what the sad part is? You haven't said that.
I just said it once.
Hey, you just said it now. I heard
And
you.
now it's immortalized.
I heard you say it.
Catchphrase now.
Hashtag.
Apparently mine's turned into golly.
Hey.
Anals. Not
In the
anals.
anals of
Anals.
YouTube.
You're not from around here, Joe. We make fun of you when you say golly.
Eh.
Go.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Best heel I've ever seen live at a yard show. I can't fucking lie. I've seen a lot of good ones. I used to be a heel, and I think I was pretty fucking good at it. Wow. You're a fucking fool. And look it. To now know that Ben was a little fucking woozy from like step 2.
Falling on his.
Little woozy. That was out on his feet.
It looked like a shoulder at first, and we were all.
That was a head spike.
To come to find out that like Joe just was the general for the rest of that match. It was like, yo, thank
General
God,
Joe?
like this is a great fucking Wrestlennium fucking main event. There was 3 twists. We don't do twists. We're not TNA. In the last 2 matches, there's 3 twists. Danny and Henry pin each other. What a twist. They'll wrestle again sometime when Henry comes back from Canada. And then Randa wins. And M. Night Shyamalan steps in again. And fucking Rage wins off the poke. The poke is the gangsterest thing ever. Yo. When you're a bad guy, yo, you just get poked. That's fucking funny.
Rad Hzazard, who just walked in the room.
Mike Davis.
Podcast going already?
Mike Davis is in the room.
Turned into the Pete show.
This has turned into the crazy.
I'm supposed to be the guest, but I like it featuring Pete.
Jesus Christ, Joe, say something.
I am saying something.
Well, Joe Randa,
I enjoy listening to your stories.
What are we doing? Are we trying to go around?
Might as well.
I don't think they're even
Right, wait,
receiving.
Alright,
guys, welcome to the GBYWN podcast. The host Mike Davis.
For fuck's sake,
This
we're
is
all
my
in trouble.
show. I do it all the time. I edit it.
We're
Are you in?
just gonna do it as a round table now, I think.
Are you
Are
in?
we just doing
Oh,
discussion?
I didn't sign up for that.
Are you in?
I didn't sign up
I'll
for
just throw
that.
random ideas
I
out.
didn't
People
sign up
can
for
look
that.
at
I signed up for a Joe Randa
Joe Randa wanted to put himself over
all gonna talk
on
about Joe
YouTube
Randa.
now.
Let's put myself again over on
A
YouTube.
round table about Joe Randa.
Yeah, there we go.
The discussion for today will be Joe Randa starring Joe Randa.
Yeah. Hey
Hey,
guys.
I gotta put him over right
hold on,
there.
Let's
You
start
should
this
start-
over. Let's start this over, guys. Hey, welcome to Joe Randa's podcast. It's called Kentucky Fried Cooking with Joe Randa. I'm here with a wonderful group of men right now. We got M. Night Shyamalan over here on the couch behind me. We got Mike Damage. We got Prime Time, Crazy Pete. We got Henry Beyond Rotten. We got Andrew Shalong. And then we got Rad Hzazard.
Yeah, the Shalong was out.
That is
I saw it. I saw it.
You guys
Alright,
are the
so
only
wait.
ones.
So who all in this room has seen Andy's back?
Well, that was in Vegas, different.
Yeah, I caught that.
Jed is
I
gonna
seen
be
this
so
back in
pissed
Vegas.
off.
Dad, you gotta tell them
at
to
the
raise
urinal.
their hands right
Yeah.
Jed is gonna be so pissed off when
Almost
he
everyone.
finds out your dick popped out and he wasn't
That's
there to
nice.
fondle it.
Mine's average but pretties, but I
They call
call
him
mine.
810 or
me too.
64.
Yeah, me too.
They didn't see his dick.
Rad, you need to retake control of this shit.
Andy, you gotta
I gotta
take
rein
your
it in.
Welcome to the
guys.
fucking
Rein
show,
it in.
guys.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Alright,
it's me, Mike.
It was like a halftime show where fucking Janet Jackson
You
was
could
a
just
boot
put
guy.
this one
Except
up as
fucking
like the
Andy's gonna show his
bloopers.
goddamn dick.
I mean, what happens when shit goes wrong?
Mike, do a Warren voice.
Well, welcome to the GBYWN podcast with the host Alex Cross.
What's that, chef? What's that, chef?
Carrington Clinton.
The following content is going to Everything starts in the corner to my left.
Big sexy. Hey Warren, fuck you.
Moral of the story, fuck you, Warren.
Warren.
Hey, I like your
Nah,
Warren, but hey, I
Hey,
know.
Doc Holliday, are you allergic to shutting the door, bro? God damn it, the AC's on.
Oh, by the way, Doc Holland's here
Oh,
now.
my bad, Doc Holliday.
Andy, can you hand me a slice, my little one?
I
got you.
Rad Hzazard, what do you want?
I can't handle. I can't handle.
Rad, ask us at
We
least
had
a
a like
question.
20-minute intro
We're
to
in
our
a fucking
show.
pizza box right
You
now.
want just the
I just want the little one.
We now know how high maintenance Mike damage is. He wants the little piece.
That's saying something.
Hand me my crust. The littlest one, please. I can't afford a calorie over here.
Sir, madam, if you don't mind, if I could have a small slice of pizza over
Who the
there.
fuck is talking right now?
Brandon.
That is Joseph
It's a joke 'cause
Randa,
it's a radio
Esquire
thing
the
you can't
Third.
I have many gimmicks, all right, guys.
see. Dude, Blake, what's your name?
Joseph Blake Randall.
That's fucking fantastic.
I got 3.
Good name, bro.
JPR.
JBR.
Dun, dun,
a good
dun,
name.
dun.
Bow, boop, bow, bow.
Guys,
All
we
right.
gotta let Rad
All right,
answer
here's a
the
question.
All right.
I got a question
Guys,
for Joe
Rad,
Randa.
we've done taking control over Rad.
I got a question for Joe Randa.
I want to talk about Rad a little. This
Brad,
is
if
your
you're more
problem.
Povich, you better take over
Rad,
your fucking team.
no one has interviewed you on your show yet. You
I
have all
think I'm
these
gonna
people
do
that
it.
are just going to interview you now.
Brad, what does that shit say in Japanese on your show?
All right, how big's your dick? How big's the rig?
How,
All right.
Ooh, Rad's packing. He's got a little hat.
Hey, Joseph Blake Randall,
Yes.
JBR. If you could have the cabinet, that would be JBR's cabinet. That's Joseph Blake Randall.
Ooh.
Who would you have in the
You are
cabinet?
such a fucking dork, Henry.
Oh, no, it's a good question. It's a good.
What a nerd!
Yo, Murph's gonna sue you.
Who the
I
fuck?
don't know who that is.
Shyamalan.
The M and M Night Shyamalan. stands
I'm
for
saying
Murph,
if he
though.
was here.
You guys act like they can track down Murph via voice.
They can. They put a chip in his body.
He's got a chip up his ass. It beeps every time Raw's on.
Hey, it seemed like
Believe
Mike liked that question, but go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Hey Vince, if you bugged Murph, I'll wipe your ass for $30,000 a year.
Murph did it. Murph did it for free.
Oh, and so what? The
So who's
question.
your your
who are they-
backyard
so there's
cabinet?
3 other people, right?
There's the Bashams.
Bashams and Jordan.
Orlando, and Jillian Hall, the stylist.
Yeah, who gives a fuck
guys
about
talking
that?
about?
She was a crucial
He
part.
picked the worst stable ever.
Okay, I'll pick
The joke
it out.
was the JBL stick.
Are we doing based off?
Yard.
Should I base it on
Yeah.
anybody outside of my Fed though? Because that would be
It can be
biased to
anyone
pick
you
my
want.
Fed most
You would
of
just
the
be
time.
like Max Bender, Cody, and Chaz. Yeah, we can't.
better say-
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll do outside the Fed.
That's weird.
All right, so let's see. So
Joe,
for
you
the-
asked too many questions. Just answer the question.
I'm thinking of a girl right now. There's
There's
not a lot of pretty girls out in the yard area, you know.
Hey, we had a
sorry.
couple here today. Some of these
Such
young
as-
kids.
I don't know
They
who
were-
they
they were
are.
wrestlers.
They're
Wrestlers,
babies compared to
Jim.
me. They're babies compared to me.
They're
played the
18
gym
and
as
I'm
well.
willing to
Hey.
do it.
Crucibles Morgan's not a. She's cute.
Crucible
She's
Sport is
in.
I
awesome.
like Crucibles Morgan. She's probably my favorite person, women-wise, out of the yard in general.
She's in the cabinet?
Everything. She's in the cabinet.
Oh,
She's badass
no.
too.
She holds a drink with me. Man.
Randall
We
was
sit
on a
together in
motorcycle.
front of
Yeah,
me.
he's fine
He's
now.
okay.
He's good now, though.
Keep reading the status.
God, Mike, way to freak us all out again.
Let's see. I need some
Status in the
bashings
air.
now.
Yeah, he's
Tag
gonna get
teams.
Bashams.
Look, see people.
Right there. The brothers.
No, I never team up with this asshole again. That ship has sailed.
Well,
You guys were so over.
all right.
people say they don't
So
wanna get
Bashams.
You
Who
left the
would be
window
my-
open and it got.
Who would be my Bashams?
No, we didn't. That's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
I was excellent dude today, and I got more props than you did. You belated. Come on.
Ooh, what was? Yeah.
Henry, this is Joe's.
No,
question.
sorry. I got my answer in my head.
It was my question.
Hey, my Bashams would be TKO and Saint Vengeance.
Whoa.
Purple Haze.
Wow.
Hey.
I'm trying to remember their tag team name.
You know, up here we have time tests. In Kentucky, they don't have time tests.
Who's my Orlando Jordan? Danny Danger.
Get it? Because he's gay.
Andy, you're a gooer than goo. He's too goo from middle school. Shit.
No, but if I had to pick a real Orlando
I didn't
Jordan,
even know that kid was gay. That's amazing.
Oh,
You
really?
guys wrestle gay guys?
I never wrestled him.
We did.
I wrestled Sonny Justice.
Is he gay?
Yeah, he made out with the TNA champ,
Yeah,
right?
he made out with
EC3.
EC3.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
It was me. It was me and Big Sexy Venom.
No, it was a spot.
Me and Big Sexy
the
Venom
bleach one-
versus
the black
Sonny
guy with
Justice and Rad Hzazard.
So gay guy is not in.
Hey, okay, hold on. So my Orlando Jordan, I guess since I
Hey,
can't
Mike,
think, I
you're
was
not
gonna say
gay,
Brad
but
Rush,
we
but I
make
can't
out
think
with
of
me
anybody
during
else.
our match.
You can pick anybody you want.
Brad Rush.
Yeah.
Brad Rush is my Orlando
You
Jordan.
know,
He's my-
AC3 in the
he's-
middle meant to like, no, AC3 is not gay. Oh, you gay, motherfucker.
I like EC3. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with
I don't know,
gay
he's-
people, but
WWE lost
you
them
are
all
one
with him.
now.
They did.
That's not how that works, Jim.
Okay, so
We're
okay. All right, there's my answer. So Purple Haze is the Bashams. We got Brad Rush
And Morgan.
and Morgan.
It's a good.
Crucibles Morgan.
That works.
That's a badass group right
That's a
there.
badass group.
That's
And
a.
you're
I don't know
JBR.
TKO that well because I've only think I've seen him
Terrence
one
is
time.
Terrence is awesome.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you got about 5 weeks on TV with that stable. Get the fuck
That's a
out.
solid 5 weeks. Good.
What if I put Crazy Time, Reunite Crazy Time, put him in there?
You got about 5 years?
I mean, prime time to walk out. Prime
The
time to
comedy
walk
flow
out.
between us and segments.
Can you see me hitting people with my ass on live TV?
Yeah.
I eat this shit up.
Yeah, you be
They would
literally,
eat your ass.
literally eat the shit up.
They would eat his ass.
You,
What
Rikishi,
do you
and
gotta say about
Goldust
that,
would be
Mike?
feuding with each other.
You know who does it now? That little black girl, Naomi. She does a pretty nice little crazy
She
ass.
does do a
She's
crazy
got some.
ass.
She's got some Christmas hams on her, all right.
She sure does. And her boots light up.
Don't she, Doc?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She gets Uso crazy every night, though.
Ooh, I bet, dude. Ooh,
Yeah,
man.
they're gonna have wild.
Hey,
little
my buddy
kids.
Max is in love with her.
Naomi?
Yes, dude.
Max.
We love them thick
They're
ones
gonna
at
have
home.
Black Samoans. Oh my God, they're gonna have the next rock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whether we like
All
it
right.
or not.
Where we at now, boys?
Rad Hzazard, take control of your show.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm
Mike.
a fucking distraction.
All right, Mike,
Mike, you're a
I love you,
menace
buddy.
to society.
Mike, I love you, buddy.
The best people are in and out.
Mike,
you
you'd be
know?
the Sandman of
Some of the
anything.
best
Mike,
people.
if they told me to pick a different faction out of the cabinet, you'd be in it. Like Horseman.
That's
Horseman.
why he's leaving, Joe. You didn't even fucking say his name.
Well, sorry.
We're all
but-
tight here right now.
Sorry, but you know I gotta pick certain people for the cabinet. The cabinet was like a certain level. Evolution's like a number of the best, like third best faction of all
I'm trying
time.
to say you wouldn't pick him.
I'll be your Scott
Four
Hall.
Horsemen too.
Dude,
Hey, yo.
hey.
Don's
yo.
gonna fight
hey,
him for that.
Hey yo,
Sentafonte would fight him for that role.
for Scott Hall?
Yeah. Don fucking loves Scott Hall.
Well, Mike's got the hair. They can do the little bang
Don
down.
went as Scott Hall for Halloween.
Well, I went as Hulk Hogan for Halloween.
Yes, I was aware.
But I'm not a
You're
racist.
racist,
Doc, I'm
son
not a
of a
racist.
bitch.
All
What was
right.
that?
Dude, Doc Holliday's right there. Calm down with that.
Doc had a Hogan shirt on today.
Yeah,
I
that's
I
true.
love that.
The hoodest Hogan shirt ever. That I
Doc, you should have wore that when you wrestled. All right, so where we at now, boys?
Yeah, Brad.
Brad,
Oh, do we want to interview you?
go ahead.
All right. Everyone can still chime in and stuff.
Yeah, Pete, I love you, dog. No
All right.
homo.
Joe.
Hey, we had a
Randa?
good weekend this weekend, man.
You gotta let him start it.
Hey, we were talking. I don't know. I keep forgetting.
Christ, dude.
What did I say? What did I call?
Brad,
So
punch me in
Randa,
the
let's
face,
start
man.
at the beginning. Where were you born? Where were you
The
born?
way I pronounce it is Louisville. Say it.
Louisville.
Say it.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Say it, Jim.
I
He
pronounce
came
it.
shooting out of his mom doing a shooting star press.
No, I can't do a shooting
Smack
star
the fucking
press.
wall.
I was a C-section baby. I ripped my mom's stomach
With
open
an
like
elbow.
Hulkamania.
You dropped
I
that
whooped
elbow.
it out and I went, I said, no, but I couldn't speak.
And he was as tall as he
I
is
couldn't
today.
look. I couldn't speak when I was born, so clearly I went, you know, something along those lines maybe, and then started crying.
And somebody with a Confederate elbow.
But the first
whole
thing, look,
experience
look,
was probably very
look.
traumatic.
They told my parents.
Right on.
They told my parents that I was going to be a girl. Apparently, yeah, my dick's average now, so it ain't growing no sense. So it's average but pretty, all right? That's what I call it.
Ah, shit.
But they told my parents that I was going to be a girl, so they already had me picked out to be Jessica. It was my name. In the first words, after I Hulkamania myself out of my mom's stomach, the first words my dad said is, "Holy shit, she's got balls!" So, and ever since, and then I was going to be named Blake Joseph, but my parents didn't like the BJ initials, so they made it Joseph.
Why not?
Blake.
What's wrong with your parents? They don't got a sense of humor, huh?
BJ.
Not as good as mine.
Clearly. Freedom and dick.
Read 'em and dick weeps. That's right, Henry. So yes, Louisville.
Would you have liked your name better if it was Blake?
I get called Blake at home.
They call you that?
My family does, yeah.
Because they wanted him to be.
Because I got a bunch of relatives named Joseph. My grandpa's named Joseph. I got an uncle named
Oh,
Joseph.
like that.
That's hard, man.
It ain't too bad.
My dad's name's Henry. My grandfather's name's Henry. It's like,
They all get called Henry.
oh my fuck.
I am Henry VIII. I am Henry VIII. I am.
All right, so yeah, that's where I was born. Louisville.
You have to do that thing with your
1989. 26 years old.
That's
It's
what
South
you know,
Wrestling
it's
Louisville,
Spanish.
man. They used to run them shows in Louisville.
The way the foreigners say it outside of Louisville is Louisville.
Louisville Sluggers.
Right.
That's
Oh,
That's
you
the
make the
baseball
bench.
bat. Yeah, we got the biggest bat in the world.
I've never been there, but I beat up people with some of your good wood.
Some good wood. Knocks them up. Knocks them out. All right, so
Never
where we
knocked
at
anybody
now?
up.
Yeah, Brad. We know where he's from.
All right.
20
now,
minutes to get that.
Let's
We know
talk
where
about
he's
the first interactions with wrestling in general. Maybe the first thing you remember.
Oh,
if
I
have
can tell you right
toys.
now. I already know what it is.
Go for it.
I posted up a month ago. It was the night Goldberg won the title from Hulk Hogan. That's where I really got into wrestling. 1998, July 6th. Henry sucked my dick.
I was
Smacked
Goldberg
your
is the
face.
best. I gave you a thumbs up.
No, you didn't. You just went like this. Smacked your forehead. Goldberg.
If I
Look,
did that
Goldberg.
right now, I would bleed everywhere.
Yeah. You ain't
Sorry.
rad. Look. Goldberg beat Scott Hall that night. Scott Hall was clearly drunk that match. And then Goldberg just comes out in the Atlanta, Georgia Dome, beats Hogan. Fucking Karl Malone comes out and gives freaking Kurt Hennig. He gives Kurt Hennig a diamond cutter. Goldberg spears Hogan, does the jackhammer, place goes nuts. I've been a fan ever since.
The Falcons were there.
I guess.
I'm telling you that.
So you were a WCW guy?
I started off as a WCW guy, and the night I switched was the night Tony Schiavone said, "Oh, that'll put butts in the seats" when they talk about Mick Foley winning the title.
Damn right it was.
And I turned the channel just because I was like this. And then when Austin came out and interfered, and all the way the crowd popped that night, I never watched WCW ever again.
Yeah, Rad.
Wow.
I didn't.
You did switch at the right time.
I switched, and then I got grounded when right after Chris Jericho debuted because I put my brother in an actual legit armbar, and he was screaming like bloody murder. My dad's like, "That's it, you're grounded. You can't watch wrestling ever again." So I missed like the best year ever. Like I missed I started it back again in the invasion angle, so I missed all 2000.
Wow.
Because you were grounded.
Yes, I didn't scare.
Who grounds their child for a year?
Well, I just stopped watching it. It just came out. It just went out of routine. So like I just missed all the good stuff.
You ever go back?
Oh yeah, I'm a wrestling historian when it comes to WWE.
There you go. There you go.
So
what about the games and the toys and stuff? Do you have any?
Fuck, best wrestling game besides No Mercy.
Okay. All right.
Besides No Mercy.
There. I was gonna check.
Besides No Mercy, SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
Yes.
I broke that disc.
100%
I broke
agree.
that disc.
100%.
That's still by far the best wrestling game from the games, the shitty games they make now.
Yeah.
The way they made that game was so flawless. Like the bumps were smooth and everything was smooth. It's
the
great.
only game with Austin versus Goldberg.
And oh yeah, and you want me to tell you how nerdy I was? You want me to tell you how nerdy I
16
was?
is going to have a lot of characters, though.
Yeah, Goldberg won't be in it.
Yeah, Goldberg won't be in it.
Goldberg won't be in it? What are you, retarded?
You got to create. So no, but like
Just make Ryback do spears.
yeah. I used to be so nerdy with that game. I had a binder. And I used to write out my own storylines and everything in this binder.
Do you still have
a lot of
this
people
binder?
did.
Yes, it is. I still have this binder. It is this binder.
Can we post the binder as a supplement to this podcast?
Joe, it's like a custom fit. It's awesome.
Dude, it was great. Whew. Like my favorite creative wrestlers that I made. There was a guy. You want me to tell you how corny these names were? I had to think of a creative wrestler name. And I was like, what's the fucking name? I said, oh, this guy's gonna be called Label, and this guy's gonna be called Barcode. So I don't know why. I thought of him at a grocery store, and I was like, these guys are gonna be the next best wrestlers on my game.
It's better than the ones that Chris.
How far did Barcode go?
He ended up winning the title. he was my main intercontinental talent. So he was that heel, like a heel Ziggler. You know those guys that are good mid card guys that are go after the intercontinental. Kofi.
Don't say his name in our presence.
And then my label guy, he looked like I had him with I created him back on the No Mercy game too. So I had him way back when.
He's got
Label spanned the generation.
He did. He's retired now. He's in the Hall of Fame. My Fed was called WCF. Wrestling Championship Federation. Didn't make sense, but after I hear say it now, but
that's a little bit of everything put in there, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ultra Warzone.
So it was great. Great.
Did you watch it with other people, with family members, friends? Like, did you talk about it at school?
Middle school, yeah. Like in middle school, let's see, middle school. Yeah, I had a few friends I talked about it with. Like I remember watching WrestleMania 19 at my buddy's house, and that was the first time that was the first. Yes, thank you. I agree. That was 19. That was the first time it was a 4-hour WrestleMania, and it started at 8 o'clock and went off at midnight. So.
Joe, you bored the shit out of me, man.
Well, sorry, Jimbo. I'm just answering the questions I'm asked. All right. I'm giving you my basic answers.
Should Booker T have won that match?
Hell yeah, Booker.
Yeah,
I think so.
Even if he wasn't going to win it,
Triple H held the belt.
Triple H wait 20 minutes before he pinned him.
Yeah, that
match
had to be on purpose. He's a prick.
Triple H held the belt too long at that time.
Yeah.
Nothing touched Shawn.
I think it was 10 months.
It was too long.
Just because he could.
So yeah, that's where we're at. I had a few friends I watched it with in middle school and stuff. Nothing too crazy. Not like now.
How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
26.
1989. We went over this.
I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't listening, Andrew.
Yeah.
Well, let's start talking about the very first
As
time.
Rad eats his plug, KFC, in Connecticut, by the way.
The very first time you ever heard of or was privy to backyard wrestling.
What's the question?
The first time you ever heard of or was privy to backyard wrestling? Do you remember the moment? Was it someone who showed you? Was it?
Well, yeah, someone showed me. It wasn't like seeing other people's stuff. Mm-hmm. It was a friend in freshman. I was a sophomore in high school. I had a friend who I just talked with randomly in a couple classes, and then I wore a wrestling shirt to school one day, and he's like, "Oh, you're a wrestler?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Hey, we do wrestle in my buddy's backyard on a trampoline." You know, I didn't think of it as backyard wrestling.
Yeah.
So I finally went over to his house one day and met everybody. Came over and they all had their tights on. We're all. You gotta think this is all.
Tights on the trampoline?
Yeah, dude. We like what I got on, like kind of right here. We painted our. This was 2004.
Okay.
And I was I was 16 years old.
Wrestling jeans.
Mm-hmm. No, 2004. I was 15.
Yeah.
No.
15.
Yeah. So yeah, when I start. Yeah. Well, December. I ended up getting my license like not too long after that with when I started wrestling with everybody. But yeah, we all wore tights. We all bought the fabric paint from Walmart. We'd buy compression shorts and we'd sit there and paint designs on it all night long and try to outdo each other on gear all the time. And then I got exposed on YouTube because when I started loading stuff up in 2006 on YouTube is when I started seeing other stuff. And it was this one, like all the feds in here, like 2KW, EBW, the one I tried to show you, Andrew.
Is that Parole?
The Parole. Who's Alex Colon. His indie name's Alex Colon.
Oh, you're gonna blacklist him.
Who gives a fuck? Alex Colon's a dick.
Alright, fair enough.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
well,
trained.
He just ruined Randall's hopes and
Well,
dreams.
Henry, break my heart. I talked to him on
I'm good
MySpace.
at
I talked to him on MySpace and asked him what his interest in was. He goes, I don't
very
have the
grumpy
CD
man.
no more. He goes, I'd hook you up. I don't have the CD. Mike Shilienda, hook me up with My Silent Cry, please. So, that's where I'm at on that.
Let's talk about the first Fed and the first names of the people in the Fed, because that's always interesting.
Are you talking about like what I got exposed
Yeah,
to?
when when you started interacting with those people in the trampoline or what?
Randall's out here watching Snapchat.
Hey, Henry, Snapchat this, okay?
Snapchat breaking the podcast.
Sorry.
Marky did that.
I had to stomp Ben's arm. Sorry, Ben.
I fucked up. I overshot you.
Hey, BRB's here.
All right, so where are we at again? So you said what Feds?
First Fed, the names you remember from the.
What was your name?
Yeah, what was your
I was always Joe Randa. I've always been Joe Randa. I was because I got exposed late to WCW again when they were really shitty, like in 2000. I became a big Jeff Jarrett mark.
Rad is so pumped.
The Chosen.
Yeah, I came out to his little Kid Rock theme that he had. You know, that sounded like that.
J-E-W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. No, I was always Joe Randa. I don't know how. Honestly, I don't remember coming up with how I came up with the name. I just know I just abbreviated my first and last name, like summed it up.
That's simple and it worked.
Yeah, dude.
Alright.
Yeah, okay, but first Feds that I really 2KW and all them.
2KW.
Oh, what? What's the question? Oh, was I in?
Yeah.
Oh, it was always XW is what we started off in. That was my buddy Chaz's Fed on the trampoline.
Oh, so you started,
Was that in
you started
2004,
wrestling with them
right?
I started wrestling with them. What?
Prodigy.
That was just, I met Chaz and my buddy Todd, who was known as Voltage, was his backyard name. He didn't wrestle that much with us because he moved away, but I met him and Chaz. The first time I met Chaz walked into Todd's house. He had a suit on, and this is 2004. And Chaz is a year younger than me, so he was 14.
In a suit.
No, he was 15 because Chaz is not. He's like a few months younger than me. So he walked in with a suit. He in a one of the like the steam pressed. He had a Ric Flair custom robe that he made out of a purple bathrobe and had the feathers on it and everything, the little dazzles and glitter and stuff. He walked in and first thing he said was, "Where's my title?" Because he was a big about having his title and stuff. And the belt was owned by my friend Todd. So and I met Chaz then and kind of wrestled around with him. He's like, "You're terrible. We got it. You got some work to do, kid." And he's younger than me. And I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever." So, and then it just went from there, and then I just kind of forced my way into friendships with everybody, and because I did the little goofy heel, I was a little scrawny fuck too. I did the little cool Jeff Jarrett style Chosen One character, and I came out to his TNA theme song, and did the little Jarrett strut, yeah, did that, and came out with the little,
I dig that song.
so I came out to that and then just started wrestling with them all the time and then got a nice little push even though I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Like literally, it's funny, I wish I could show y'all some of that stuff. I know it's on YouTube somewhere, but like I was just looked like a little toothpick just smacking people and stuff like that. And I did the stroke as my finisher back then.
Oh, man.
I did the stroke in a figure 4.
You might as well have been
Which
Joe
you still do, so.
Joe
A
Jarrett.
figure 4, yeah, but Flair though. So, yeah, I've always been Joe Randa. the monikers or like the gimmick nicknames always change. So Chosen One was one, Picture Perfect, the Marquee Guy. It was mostly heel when I was a heel. I don't think you watched my stuff too much.
Well, when we met, I did. After we met, I was like, I'll watch more Joe Randa stuff.
Yeah, so. But, yeah, that's about that. I was always Joe Randa. This sounds boring, though. We need to get, like, some kinky shit going.
Trust me, the first 30 minutes of this thing is going to be like, okay, well, I'm...
All right, I like how you're hyping me up.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm in the Hall of Fame for 1 weekends of work.
Thanks, Rad.
You want to explain it?
No, I don't.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I don't know. I don't feel like I should get in that way because I was only in the Awakening for a blink of an eye.
Well, what a blink it was.
Yeah.
It's a nice long...
That was a good weekend for my knee wrestling, though. All right, continue, Rad.
What feds inspired you? You said you started to watch 2KW and things like that?
Yeah.
Were any of them inspirational in how you worked or how
No,
the Fed
not
ran or anything
2KW.
like that?
I said that's stupid that they wrestle on a playground.
Okay.
I thought it was stupid, but I thought they had some balls to bump on that fucking surface. Literally, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, some of that shit looks fucking bananas.
I mean, fucking. I remember watching FX wrestle Raz.
Raise.
Raze? Raz? Raze? Raze.
Raz.
I mean, how do you? I mean, I feel like you pronounce that R-A-Z-E as Raz.
Raise.
I guess because there's an E. Okay.
If there was one...
Okay, that's my Kentucky education. Boys, okay? Don't question my dialect, okay? I don't even think that made sense, but whatever. Yeah, so yeah, I saw him throw him around like a rag doll. It's like, yeah, that's not fun to watch. What inspired me, music video wise? I was always big on how our videos looked. So the Fed was the EBW Fed. So I remember asking them, I said, hey, what programs do y'all use to make your videos? They said Sony Vegas. I taught myself how to make Sony Vegas, tried to learn all these goofy effects. I threw a bunch of highlights and glows in the videos, and it looked weird now that I go back and watch it, but that shit was cool. Like, literally. So, and then, mostly what inspired, like, the wrestling-wise, we were more, like, my Fed we was always more inspired by, like, watching, like, TNA and WWE, and watching some Japan stuff, because like my buddy Cody, he was big on watching Fergal Devitt before he became Prince Devitt. We just somehow discovered them on YouTube, so. And then we just saw, and then Kota Ibushi, he loved that. He always loves doing the little moonsault miss, guy rolls out of the way and does the actual moonsault stuff. So, and then, yeah, that's about it. We was big on WWE, so.
Did you have a lot of storylines and stuff the
Yes.
first couple of years?
Oh,
Any
yeah.
particular
Always.
ones jump out there funny or anything?
Funny? Well, okay, well, we mimicked some of our show names after actual WWE pay-per-views. So we did.
Tell.
Yeah.
So Backrash 2007.
Backrash.
No, we never had that.
Mania.
We did, yeah. No, we did Royal Rumble.
Oh, just Royal Rumble.
So we did the world.
Yeah, we did Royal Rumble. We did WrestleMania. I think those are the only pay-per-view names that we actually mimicked. But we did WrestleMania on Max's birthday every year. But we had a storyline that went, because in 2006 we were all doing a big tag team style storylines. Myself and Cody, his name was CJ Styles at the time, then it became CJ Cross. We were Team Canada. We bought the Team Canada baseball jerseys.
Wait, what?
Shut up. Canada. Shut up. I was from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. He was from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Did you do Canadian accents, or did you just say?
Yeah, we said A all the time. What else did they say?
Joe from Saskatoon.
Yeah, Saskatoon, A. I'm from Canada, A. I mean, we talked with the little bigger hits. He was like, hey, buddy, fuck you, buddy. You know, like the dudes off of South Park. You know, so, but then, we had our buddy Max and Derek, where they were known as the Supernovas, that was our big main faction throughout the whole tenure of our Fed. And then we had Chaz and his brother Eruption, Chris. They were called Adrenaline Rush, and they came out to like the Adrenaline Rush Impact theme song. Yeah. Yeah. So we all did big tag team storylines against each other. Even the title was involved, and we just kind of rotated between matches with each other. And we had a few other guys too that wrestled with us that we'd throw in the mix, but stuff like that. And then every tag team turned on each other. All the partners turned on each other and led into our WrestleMania matches.
That's awesome.
That year. So
That's
Chaz,
fucking great.
Eruption was the world champion, and Chaz was the Intercontinental champion, but he had some bad luck with the Supernovas, and then Eruption joined the Supernovas, which was our buddy Max. It's getting complicated. I know. I'm trying to keep y'all there. And then the whole time Chaz was like, I'm not going to fight my brother. You know, we're brothers. We're blood. I won't do this. And Eruption kept taunting him and fighting him and teasing him and cut some good promos. He's cut a good promo on Christmas time. He goes, I looked under the tree and got a Christmas present. and it said 2 Prodigy, so I gave it to him. He opened that shit up, and out came a super kick right to his face. Oh, the promo's gold. He's like, so, and then I turned on Cody. I kicked him in the dick and won the X Division title. And then that, dick kicks are the best thing to turn on people with. So like me and him led to a match. We had a 2 out of 3 falls match at Mania. And then Max and Derek they were the Supernovas. They turned on each other because Max got turned face, which Max was a terrible face. And so he turned face and then wrestled Derek in a I Quit My Career match. And Max lost his career twice. Which was like
You gotta go, I quit my career.
That's what we called it. It was more. It had a hardcore it had like a hardcore stipulation to it too. So like you had to like pass out or I don't know, something like that. Like,
You had to pass out.
If you don't pass out,
You had to pass out to win.
I don't know. It was some Max passed out. So.
person to fall asleep wins.
Were there any matches you guys made up that were just weird?
Yeah, well, we kind of mimicked some from like Ring of Honor. Like Ring of Honor had one match they did at one time. I think I said it earlier today. They had a ghetto street fight. It was between Carino and what?
I think it was Homicide and Cabana actually.
Well, oh yeah, it was Cabana. That was 06 when they did that. So we took that match too, and we did the exact same stipulations. We had our no escape match. That was our own baby right there, which was the 2 sides of the ring were covered with a cage. We went to a construction site and stole their fence.
I love that.
They were like the 8-foot long fences. We stole those, and they fit perfect between our turnbuckles for some reason, just perfect. And we tied them up, so 2 sides, and they were stiff as shit, so they wouldn't come down. So we always had that as our opener match because our buddy's dad had to set it up for us. And then on the other 2 sides of the ring, we had a rope hanging from each of the wood turnbuckles that we had with weapons hanging from it. And then on the outside of the ring, you had lumberjacks.
Jesus.
So yeah, basically everybody was involved
Good
doing
Lord.
something. And the first one we had was between myself, right after I lost the CWA title, I lost it to Eruption. And we had a bunch of series of matches, and that was fun. I mean, the first we used fence. It was just like regular, like 3-foot high fence, and we just wrapped it up a couple times. And then the second time we actually stole from a construction site the fence and then just fucking went all out. Me and Cody did, and we fake blooded and looked like we were gushing like Rad and Prime Time today. It was great. And I gave him I blessed him. I baptized him with a Jesus mark on his back with a kendo stick. Cody bent over and I went swinging and he ducked. I was like, oh fuck. So I just like smacked the shit out of his back with a kendo stick and left a big ass welt and cut on his back. It was great.
You mentioned a ring. How did you guys get a ring and when?
Our ring was a 12 by 12 wooden backyard wrestling ring.
Did you start with that?
No, we started on a trampoline. We started on a trampoline, which actually had turnbuckles and ropes and stuff too. We did, but the ropes, you couldn't get on the ropes. You could only get on one corner because we had like a ladder type of cut in, like you would climb up on a treehouse. And then we just jumped off of that, and then we ended up doing the wrestling ring. Oh, good morning, Murph. I mean,
Mystery Murph Man, come on,
Good night, Shyamalan. So, yeah, well, we found that on. We just Googled that and it popped up on one of those GeoCity sites.
GeoCity.
Yeah, you remember those? Y'all remember those?
Yeah.
It was like run by Yahoo or something like that.
Angel Fire.
Yeah, Angel Fire was another one. So we just found a blueprint for a 12 by 12 backyard wrestling ring, how to make it out of wood with the frames and stuff like that. We had the tires underneath the ring and then the wood sheets over it, and then we had 2.
That's a loss.
We had 2 futon mattresses on there, like some thinner ones. Then we had an amateur wrestling mat over it, and then we put a big carpet over that, and it worked fine until the carpet started getting a little moldy. And then we got a shag rug eventually, and then we'd find like quarters and shit.
That's fucking awesome.
So we had a legit 1970s style wrestling ring with a shag rug and
I'm
stuff.
sure there was mold on that.
No, it wasn't too bad. I mean, we covered it after every show with a big old tarp that we bought too, because we'd like go every week and try to like refresh the ring, make sure everything worked on it fine. And we actually went to Home Depot and bought ropes and everything.
We used to buy a new tarp once a year,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yep.
The end of Connecticut maintenance.
So
Did you end up running weekly shows? Like how?
no, we wrestled every 2 weeks
Okay.
because our Max's mom didn't want us over every week. Even though I went over there every weekend and every day practically, which I still do when I'm at home when I'm off work. I just walk in the door because I'm welcomed like that. But we wrestled every 2 weeks, so we just did everything based off every 2 weeks. And we kind of tried to do it like how Ring of Honor would do shows back in the day. Like where you have a storyline for each show, and each show had a different name and stuff like that. So it was kind of along those lines, but it was the same shows every year, though, that we did. So we'd build up for certain ones. And some of them did kind of have like some gimmick matches with them, too. Like we also did like something that mimicked like Taboo Tuesday. We had Cyber Saturday, even though they had Cyber Sunday in WWE. But we voted for like matches to ourselves, and we have our guest book on our website. Vote for the matches and tell them our guest book was active. It was like an actual forum on our website. But we had some like the same people like Ace Reed and PJ Matthews comment on a time, and Ryan Rage did a lot on there. Drake Cannon, Orion, what I know him as, he commented on there all the time. Erickson, I'm not gonna say his other name. Oh, where's that going? Eric Scott. So I'll throw names out. So, I mean, it was fun. I mean, I like going back and watching it, but we were terrible. But we had fun, though. I mean, that's what mattered.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't worry about nothing else in life. All I did was look forward to the next 2 weeks. And we'd call each other on the phone and, like, plan storylines and stuff like that.
I was going to get to that now. How serious did the other people take belts?
Very serious. We all took it serious. Everybody took it serious. But we all had fun with it at the same time, but we all took it serious. We all tried to steal the show, so that was the goal every person had with each match. Oh, we're like, okay, we're going to have the best match. Now we're going to have the best match. So everybody, I mean, even though we didn't know exactly completely what we were doing, we all had fun, and I always thought back then we had good matches. We'd always run around saying Modi. So, you know, M-O-T-Y for match of the year. So, I mean, like Max and I ran CWA mostly, but everybody kind of had their own personal input. I mean, we didn't really say, oh, you're going to start feuding with this person. We let everyone kind of decide what they wanted to do. But we decided, like, what our champion stuff was going to be. The best storyline that got real was between Chaz, the Prodigy, and CJ Cross. They had a legitimate heat and beef with each other.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, but they're cool, I mean, outside of it and stuff. But when it came to wrestling, it was basically anything you can do, I can do better type of deal.
One-upsmanship.
Pretty much, but Cody was at that point where we were building him up to be the man, and Chaz was still the man, but Chaz wasn't ready to drop it off. Chaz lived his life just like Shawn Michaels, minus the drugs and stuff like that. But Chaz had the attitude of Shawn Michaels, like, oh, if you want to prove it, then beat me for real. So they went into the WrestleMania 8 match with each other, and nobody knew who was going to win. Except for them two in the match, but they didn't figure it out until halfway through their match. It was weird how we planned stuff out back in the day, too. Yeah. Like, a lot of times we just kind of went out there and did stuff because we kind of knew what everybody did. But but they finished off the match and they set up a finish, and Chaz wanted Cody to prove that he can keep up with him and wrestle and carry the ball. So, and Chaz did that, but then when Cody won the title, he ended up getting mono, so he had to drop the title like a couple months afterwards. Wow. So he didn't get to be our big anniversary show that summer, Day of Reckoning, that we did. So we had a vacant title match, and I was supposed to be like, we had a bunch of stuff booked and planned, and everything changed because of Cody. The main event for that Day of Reckoning was supposed to be the original 4 of CWA, which is myself, Max, Cody, and our buddy Derek. It was supposed to be that. Chaz was making his return because Chaz did a storyline after he lost the title. Chaz just stopped showing up for a while, but he was doing it as a storyline.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. Well, he did as a storyline, and then over that summer, I was the only person that saw him. Max and nobody else ever saw him. Like Chaz and then Kevin Porter. I don't know if someone said it was Ace Reed and then that said Kevin Porter, but we did a storyline where Chaz got thrown in a box and like set on fire.
What?
Yeah, we did it, and we got the cops called on us too that day.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
Set a man on fire.
Yeah, we had a big old box. And we just sprayed lighter fluid all over it, and then I was on camera. Chaz got beat up by our buddy Kevin Porter, and then thrown in the box, and then just lit it on fire. And then
was Chaz in the box?
No, we did a good jump cut where we got Chaz out of the box.
Well,
That's how good I was at editing.
When I went to Day of Reckoning and I met you, Chaz was already done because of the neck thing.
Well, he wouldn't have been done. He was so mad that he couldn't wrestle the show, and he was legitimately pissed at Beast Snow. But that was an accident though, and Chaz knew that. But Chaz wanted to wrestle Beast Snow, and but at this point, I said something to Chaz about going to the show, and he goes, "Will Beast Snow be there?" I said, "Nobody cares about Beast Snow anymore." I said, your all's beef is kind of dead.
Yeah. But when I went to that show, like, CJ fucking stood out so hard. Like,
he's the man, dude.
Dude, he could have fucking just...
It's just hard for him to go to shows, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's trying to finish school.
Well, that's smart.
Too.
That's fucking
he's gonna. I'm kidnapping him. I'm gonna kidnap him and bring him to Goodbye in November.
That's awesome.
So I know some of y'all know how good he is. So he
is fucking awesome.
He won't be too mad with his booking, but he wants something to do. That'll be fun. I mean, I feel like if Marky goes, Marky will probably get a good booking. But I was saying if you throw them in like a multi-man match, like Danny Devine in there, but Danny's already busy too. I'm not gonna say with what, but I mean I feel like that'd be a fun match.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Like that tag match came down to like, what was it, Danny and or not?
No, it
CJ
was-
and Zayn.
No, it was Max and Zayn is what it came down to. Cody got eliminated
That
from Devin
lariat.
Bliss's lariat.
Holy shit, that lariat.
And he landed right on his head.
Yeah.
That show was fun.
That was great.
And we're going to have to stop it right there, folks. Part 2 will be coming next time on the show. I know you want to hear more from this man because there's so much history there. He's been there from the very beginning, back in the Global Backyard Wrestling News Forum days, way before the Alliance. He's seen it all. He's seen the birth of the Alliance all the way to now winning championship gold just weeks ago. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I am your host, Rad Hzazard, signing off for the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation Podcast.